If you've driven past a car dealership lately, you'll see the lot is completely full. Most dealerships are having to get overflow lots to put additional cars that they cannot sell. And the average new car price is basically $50,000 nowadays, and people are using 84-month financing in order to afford the new vehicles. But it's all changing. Dealerships over the last few years had it easier than ever. They were able to make more money selling less cars. If you guys remember, they were charging over MSRP. A lot of dealerships were doing all this crazy stuff with market adjustments. Most of the dealerships have gotten rid of market adjustments, just like the manufacturer brought back rebates. Over the last few years, they took away rebates. Now they're finally bringing them back. But over the last 5 years, prices increased so much, so even with a discount on these vehicles, customers are saying it's not enough. It's not a big enough discount to make a difference. I mean, if you go look at a pickup truck, it's going to be $70,000, and we've seen them well over $100,000. You can go to Ford, General Motors, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You will see multiple vehicles over $100,000. So it's completely normal now with most domestic manufacturers to have those super high prices, but that's why people are financing longer. But of course, repo rates are super high right now, the highest since 2009, and it's increasing month after month. People took on way too much car debt and they got screwed over most of the time if you bought a car over the last few years because you paid a premium, and most went to a bad dealership that was doing market adjustments or over MSRP with nitrogen-filled tires, $10,000 this, $5,000 window tint. We have seen some crazy add-ons that greedy dealerships do. And all this is combined with high interest rates. Since everybody's a payment buyer in the car market, interest rates really effective because people want to be at a certain payment. But the average payment just keeps climbing. I mean, it's insane, over $700. And almost 20% of buyers right now are getting $1,000 payments on new vehicles. And a lot of people don't understand how bad dealerships will screw you over. A lot of people go through the dealership for their financing and all this stuff, and that's where they make so much money off of you. So let's say you do go through the dealership, they obtain your financing, they're going to get a buy rate that's lower than your actual rate that you're going to see on the paper. But with rates being so high, it's even worse for the customer right now. But they're going to show you 7% even though you got approved at 5% through the bank. But it's a bad thing when they bump that rate. It's bad for the customer, bad all the way around. Combined with all the overpriced add-ons that they put on most cars, it's crazy. But that's why so many people are keeping their older cars now. People are keeping their cars longer, that's for sure. And a lot of people have the money to buy these new cars, but they simply don't want to. They're like, it's too much tech, I don't want it, it's a lot of money, and I gotta go through a dealership and deal with all that. And then one of the worst problems is, imagine buying a brand new car and then it breaks down. There's a lot of engine recalls going on with a lot of manufacturers, complete engine failure, and you're talking about brand new $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 vehicles. It shouldn't be happening. But at the end of the day, overall, people are much smarter with car buying. They're looking at videos, how to negotiate, how to do this. They're looking online before they go to the dealer. They're finding the best deal. And they don't just trust the dealer for what they get information-wise. They go out and they get their own because you can't trust the dealer. They're just trying to make as much money as possible. And there's so many people that just say, why can I not just buy directly from the manufacturer? Why do I have to go through a dealership and do all this stuff? Well, it's because most states have franchise laws, so you can't even buy directly from the manufacturer even if you want to. And I see a world where we can have both direct-to-manufacturer sales and dealerships if they can both stay in business, but some people would rather just go directly to the manufacturer, pay the price, pick up the car, and be done. But instead, right now, there's a process that's super annoying. You have to go through a dealership, a third-party company, in order to buy from Toyota, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Ford, General Motors. You cannot buy directly from them. And you have to negotiate, call around, find the best dealer that's giving the biggest discount, and go through this whole process. You can't just get one price nowadays. There's even companies that help you buy cars. That's how bad people don't want to deal with dealerships. They hate the process so much, they would rather pay a company to help them buy a new car. But unfortunately, selling directly to the public with Toyota, Ford, or General Motors, it will never happen. There's too much money with lobbying and all sorts of stuff. Our government will never let it happen. But a lot of customers are not forgetting. They remember in 2020 when the dealership was doing market adjustment after market adjustment. They will never forget. and their local dealership went from completely empty to now being so full with so many cars running all these ads saying 10,000, 20,000 off, and it's still not enough. Prices are so much higher than they were 5 years ago, even with huge discounts, just because the MSRP was raised so high. And a lot of people think we're selling more volume, aren't we? Well, no, actually, we're selling less new cars in America. It's not like we're breaking records. Yeah, we're selling more than we did a few years ago, but not overall. 2016 or 2017, we sold way more cars than we are this year, most likely. So some people are waking up, they're not letting the dealership take advantage, and also the banks are just declining more loans, increasing their loan loss provision because there's so many repos, they can't approve as many loans. And it's obviously going to affect the car market and especially franchise dealerships that sell almost all of their vehicles on long loan-term payments. But let me know what you think about dealerships, especially over the last few years going from market adjustments to now discounts, but most are saying the discounts aren't enough. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.